Today is December 14th. Am I correct on that?
That is correct.
And I think we're only going to talk about NFL. We've got Saturdays and we got Sundays.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about college this week. We really don't like the games. I'm Todd.
I'm Joel.
And I'm Mark.
Okay, so on Saturday, we've got 3 games, right?
Saturday, 3 games. Yep, we got ourselves a triple header.
Well, I don't have much of a comment on Minnesota at Cincinnati, so I'm going to let you take that one.
I like Cincinnati. I think they did not. I mean, the one game after Burrows got hurt was a drop off, of course. But since they switched, the last couple of weeks they've looked pretty killer, actually. Yeah, Browning has been pretty much as good as Burrow has been, and he put up a bunch of points. And Minnesota looks so bad.
Yeah,
so bad. I think that's a. I almost look at that one like 3 points.
Yeah.
Cincinnati at home fighting for their playoff lives.
And that's the biggest thing. It's the playoffs thing.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what this week is all about. Everyone's got purpose.
Yeah.
This week, so you have to play that part.
That seems too good to be true. Is what I'm trying to say. That 3 points, that's like one of those. Okay, so I got burned last week because I thought that Lions spread was too good.
Yeah.
And I got burned because they obviously saw something that I didn't, and the Bears stomped them. But I see the same thing there. That 3 points. I think Bengals should stomp them.
On the subject of last week, I was 2 for 3 in my golden picks. I had Army Navy. What was the other one I had?
Dallas minus 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, they stomped them pretty good.
And I can't remember what I lost on because I fucking lost. But how'd you do?
I did 1 and 2 because the Dolphins can't seem to hold a lead there.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the Lions, the Lions just a huge crap on the field there.
We did in the Army Navy under at 28.5. Remember, positive thoughts. Luck is important. I got lucky, but luck is part of winning. Mm-hmm. Now, on the Denver at Detroit game, I'm not touching that game.
I got Vikings over Bengals.
Do you really?
By 21-17.
Explain. First off, who's their quarterback this week?
I'll tell
you
why.
Is it going to be Dobbs or Mullins?
Dobbs. Dobbs will be back. I think the biggest thing with the Vikings, I absolutely agree with you with the Bengals. Playoffs, they're hungry.
Yeah.
The Vikings, if there was any more of a team that's kind of like...
Oh, yeah, they've been on a roller coaster all year.
Yeah, and so I guess my explanation would be I'm hooked on a feeling.
Okay. I mean...
I have no... other than, and I sit here and I go through my notes and all these, like, nuances, the funny things, like, the little odds and ends and this and that. I just don't... The Vikings need to reprove. They were the big talk of the town.
Yeah.
They fell off. Anyway, there's so many other games that to spend so much more time on. I just wanted to point out I got the Bengals.
Right,
I got the Vikings by 3. You got the Bengals by 3.
I'll take it.
Denver, Detroit. Denver has to win. Detroit looks obviously better. It could look like a trap for Detroit, but I'm not touching that game.
I think not too. I mean, if gun to my head, I take the Broncos because it's a 4-point spread because they could, backdoor cover. It could be a 1-score game down to the wire. But I don't like that one particularly.
Detroit's defense is tanking. If you know fantasy football, you know Detroit's defense is tanking. Can't stop the Denver offense. Denver 28-19. But I meant this just for you. How do I get 19?
You got to have a safety in there, right? So 2 touchdowns, a field goal, and a safety?
Yep.
Nope. 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals, missed extra point. Under 48, by the way.
I don't like Pittsburgh, Indianapolis.
No.
I don't like very many this week.
I like Indy. I think they've been playing sneaky good football,
Yeah.
and I think the Trubisky is garbage, and he'll be lucky to get a touchdown. And I think the Colts will win. I think you can bet against the Steelers the rest of the season and be pretty happy about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, the Steelers always tend to. It's the steel workers, baby. They always tend to grind it out,
Yeah.
You can't ever count them out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Houston or Tennessee, another. I tend to not like games that are. There's definitely a dog in these ones with 3 or under. So if a team is getting -2.5, -2, -1.5, these games tend to be, in the long run, games where a fair percentage, 30 to 45%, dogs are going to outright win, and they're going to money line it. But I can't determine that this week.
I think it all comes down to whether C.J. Stroud plays, and he's in concussion protocol. He didn't practice on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So if he plays, I see no reason the Texans shouldn't win. But if he doesn't play, I see no reason the Titans shouldn't win. So I'd wait until Sunday. And
That's one of the more interesting games. I mean, it's literally anyone's game.
But the Texans need to. I mean, they're part of that
They have to
logjam
show
with
up.
that 7-6.
Now, a game I do like, and a strategy that I have used many times, is the Jets at Miami, and not because the Jets are terrible, not because Miami's great. It's a rebound game after Miami should have slammed them. A lot of the time, the next game they play, no matter what happens, if a team that looks like they are going to be in the playoffs, possibly for the first time in many, many years going to the Super Bowl, they lose a game that was obviously a game they should have won. Miami did really bad last week, am I right?
Oh yeah,
They're going to come
Losing
back
at
and
home.
cover 8.5.
Yeah, and
Is it 8.5 right
Yeah,
now?
I have it as Dolphins. Dolphins
Yeah.
beat the Jets, don't cover.
no, I think they stomp them. I think conversely, I think the same coin, just the other side, is the Jets showed up big last week and beat Houston 30-6.
Exactly.
They're gonna have a letdown, just like the
Absolutely.
Dolphins are gonna have a bounce back.
I agree, but I
Those-
still don't think the Dolphins cover.
So I'm saying Miami Dolphins are going to cover. Now, Chicago at Cleveland, I'll let you take that one, Joe.
I don't like it. I don't like that game at all. I'm not betting on that one.
It's like a 50-50.
It is a 50-50. I mean, the Bears need to win. I mean, sorry, the Browns need to win it for playoff positions. The Bears randomly win games. That frustrates me to no end.
And they do it at the absolute perfect time.
Yeah.
Just to spoil your hopes and dreams.
If I had
I'd
to,
stay away.
I do the over of 38.5, but I don't even like that.
I hear you. It's going to be a low-scoring game,
It's-
but I could see them barely just covering over on that one.
Justin
Well-
Fields is the king of just like, oh, I'm going to randomly scramble this one in the late third quarter and ramp up the score.
Well, and I mean, it's mid-December. The weather's going to suck. How much,
Will it?
big points are going to happen between Chicago, Cleveland? It's going to be crappy. It's going to be cold. It's going to be. You're not going to see a lot of.
Game time weather, 42 degrees. Oh, it's going to be nice in Cleveland.
I mean, technically, that's like the beach season. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
Now, here's another game I do like, and it's the exact same game as the Miami game. And it would be beautiful if it actually happens this way, because I really do think it's going to happen this way. Kansas City was awfully upset in what happened in that game that they last played. Kansas City, because they did not do what they were supposed to, is going to do what they are supposed to and cover 8.5 against New England.
I got it at 7.5 right now.
I'll take it at 7.5.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, New England's terrible. And
I got KC concerns. My biggest concerns with Pacheco out again. I think this might be the upset of the week. Scary game. KC's basically already in. New England's playing for nothing other than showtime. I think New England 23-20 over KC. I think the over at 37.
Man,
And
he's
because
a
of what
bold
happened,
picking.
Did you see
Yes.
Mahomes on? You see Mahomes
It is.
on the field?
Oh yeah, who
Did
didn't
you
see
how
that?
upset he was.
He was.
You remember about what I'm saying right now
Mm-hmm.
when you're watching New England lose
Mm-hmm.
by
Well, of course.
17.
No, not even close.
I'm-
Like I said, I'll stick with New England 23-20 over KC. KC's got Taylor Swift. They've got Kelsey. They've got too much going on in life to care about an actual game. They're already basically in the
Taylor
playoffs.
Swift does work
No.
against KC, but KC
Not really.
But
I
they're,
know.
But they're not really in the. They only have a 1-game lead on the Broncos. I mean, the Broncos
And
are
they-
sneaking in there.
But they always get to play on like fun ground. That's why I put again upset of the week potentially.
Don't forget
It's a
the
scary
Patriots.
one for me.
Patriots really need to keep losing because
Well, they're
if
terrible.
they screw themselves out of a top 2 pick and get their next quarterback in the draft, then they only have themselves to blame. They need to lose.
Yeah, and I agree, and that's why what concerns me with KC, just looking past New England is that bad.
disagree, but we'll see.
Okay.
We
now,
shall see.
Atlanta at Carolina. Don't like it.
What Carolina? Oh yeah.
Two teams.
Why are we betting on the NFC South? That's a terrible
Falcons.
division.
All I put down is they'll cover the over. I mean, it'll be over 34.
I mean, I'd say Atlanta
Other
because
than that,
Carolina's terrible, but
cares?
I'd rather not bet on that game.
Giants at New Orleans.
Similarly, I like the Saints a little bit in that division, and
I like New Orleans in this game as a straight money line at minus
Yes.
like 180.
6 is too much.
But yeah, they're going to win but not cover. That's how I see that.
Yeah, I can see that. All right.
Win but not cover. That's what I have as well.
Tampa Bay at Green Bay. I'm not touching that.
Yeah.
There's
No.
all these weird games that's 50-50. It could go this way, could go that way. There's no anomalies that I see in that game.
I think Packers cover, but I would take the under.
No, I think Tampa can cover that one. Tampa plays close games. Tampa stays in it. They're actually in first place in that division.
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay, they lost to the Giants.
Well, it's a story
but
of
then they beat the
it's
Chiefs.
a
Man.
love-hate relationship.
I
Because sometimes
get it,
love shows up, and
Jordan,
sometimes he does. See what I did there?
No, I got you. That was a good one.
where are
Thanks.
the
Little dad
Rams
joke
right
here.
now?
That
Where's
joke.
the Rams record at?
Rams,
Yeah.
6 and 7 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, dude, if you're watching.
Yeah, they got an outside shot at the playoffs.
But they're coming back here at the end and playing a different game. I liked them in this game. I'm not sure about 6.5, but teasing the number down to maybe 2.5.
6.5. Which one?
The Rams and the
Rams at
Commanders.
home versus Washington.
I like the Rams. I do like the Rams. I think they're underrated because they won 3 in a row, and then they took Baltimore to the overtime, losing on a punt return. They looked pretty solid, and then conversely, the Commanders, they lost 45-15, 45-10, 31-19, and that's against the Giants. I think they can get
Okay, I
stomped
think-
hardcore on that
Yeah,
one.
I'm going to change that and say that they'll cover the 6.5.
Yeah.
Well, and I agree. I got Rams covering the over. It's 50.5 is the over. I have Rams covering it, but I drop it down to 48
Okay.
just to be safe. But I think the Rams cover that.
Yeah.
So I agree.
I like the Rams on that one.
Before we get
Dallas
to
Bills,
there's 3
Ravens,
games
Jags.
left here.
Good game.
Eagles, Hawks.
Philly at Seattle. Seattle is getting 3.5 at home.
On Monday night.
It's a big game on Monday night.
Yeah. I think the Eagles win. I mean, they've looked real bad really bad the last 2 weeks against the 49ers and then the Cowboys. And this is the last game that they could conceivably lose. They have a real soft schedule the rest of the way. And so if they win this game, they should win out. And then they're just one 49ers hiccup away from regaining that
Yeah,
first
I like
seed.
that. Yep.
So
Yep.
the Niners are off this week.
No. They play the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I missed seeing that. What is the number on that game?
12.5.
12.5. They'll cover, but it won't be pretty.
Which shocked me because I thought, because looking at that one, I'm like 49ers against the Cardinals, it should be like closer to 20 points. To be, like what I was thinking. So 12 points is like, I'm going to take that one for the 49ers. Cause
Yeah.
San Francisco.
They'll
like I've
cover,
been
but
saying, they
like
should
I
win
said, I
every
think
game by
it'll
2
be
touchdowns.
interesting. When you in regards to the Eagles Hawks, I think the Eagles cover the -4. I think it's over 48.5. The problem is you can never really trust the Eagles. The problem is they need a comeback
A
statement
statement
game.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. So
Yeah, I think Eagles.
Eagles cover the -4, and it's
Yeah.
over 48.
I have the Eagles here.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was at 3.5, so it's jumped to 4.
No, I see it at 3.5.
Is
so.
it back down? Okay.
Yeah, I like the Eagles.
As a 49er fan, I hope they lose, but
Yeah, sure.
But I would be surprised if the Eagles lost at all.
So before we get to the most interesting game, let's touch on Baltimore Jacksonville.
I mean, that should be another good game. Interesting.
Under 42, but I think the Jags win 21-17.
Jags need to win. Ravens don't. Lawrence should be another week of rest, so he should be a little bit more healthy after that weird week last week.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna. They might win, but I'll take that 3.5 points though.
Yeah.
I think I'll take Jacksonville.
I'm going to take the money line on Baltimore and say that they win because at the end of the season they play better ball.
Okay. No, I agree. I think Baltimore might be the best team in the AFC. But I think Jacksonville just needs it more, and that 3.5 makes me feel a little bit safe to know that I can have a field goal.
Yeah.
All right, I imagine that you're talking about the most interesting game of the week being the
Dallas Bills.
Bucks and Packers. No,
Dallas.
Dallas, yeah, of course, Dallas and the Bills. Well,
So, Dallas is playing Buffalo. Is it still Buffalo minus 1.5?
I see 2.
Mm-hmm.
2.
Yeah,
Dallas straight up money line win, dog. And
you think so?
they'll go all the way till they play. They would play San Francisco in the end. That's what we had talked about. Dallas in the playoffs against San Francisco.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, it depends on how it all shakes out. Because
At that point, I may change. I'm not a fan of Dallas.
I think you're a closet Cowboy fan. I think you are.
Well, yeah, our Cowboys.
They are America's team.
A long time ago, and it would be nice.
I never got it either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a tough schedule the rest of the way, so
They do.
I don't see them winning the division. So they got a road to go. I don't know. I think Buffalo looked not that
I
bad
like
last
Buffalo
week.
too, but in this game, I'm taking Dallas. to
Yeah.
the right way.
What I like about
Gonna be chilly.
Buffalo is the fact that Josh Allen is such a monster. He's a huge human being. That dude grinds it out. It's hard to. Ultimately, yes, I think Dallas takes it. Here's a weird one.
Go for it.
Pass interference on a deep ball.
Yeah. To
Goal line?
dance.
Dak runs it in for the win.
Nah.
Dallas wins by 6 on a BS pass interference call.
Okay.
So put that in your bets as a prop bet and make yourself thousands of dollars. Dak rushing touchdown for the win.
No.
So we got 5 minutes
I like
to
it.
do fantasy football.
Shut up.
So 5 minutes is some fantasy football stuff.
I mean, it's the biggest week of fantasy football of the year. It's playoffs week, so I'll go quick. Running backs, if you're looking for somebody, Alexander Madison's out. Look for Rico Dell. Isaiah Pacheco's out. So big one there. McKinnon or Edwards. If I were you, I'd go McKinnon. McKinnon gets the ball on the both rushing and passing. Alaire's kind of only for passing. Let me pick out some important things. Wide receivers, big topic. If you're looking for people to pick up, if he's out there, Zay Jones, OBJ, Noah Brown with Houston. Stroud loves to spread the ball. Demarcus Robinson utilized high average situations. Final gameplay last week. 10 targets, 83% of leagues he's available, and Matt Stafford's on fire. Parker Washington from Jacksonville, super deep pick, but he's coming alive. Robert Woods, he's a spot start. Another odd one you wouldn't think, but if he's out there, Curtis Samuel, top 36 wide receiver the last 3 weeks, and big time in targets. Another one you might be having an issue with this week is tight ends. Look for Brevin Jordan, only rostered in 23% of the leagues. Davis Allen with the Rams, he's third string, so watch to see if Higbee starts. If Higbee does not start for the Rams, get Davis Allen. That man is money. Absolute no on Johan Hansen. Look at Jimmy Graham with New Orleans. Logan Thomas, solid matchup if you really need somebody. If you really, really need someone, they're not throwing to Dotson much at all. Defenses are another big one this week, oddly, but in playoff times, defenses go a long way. Vikings are coming alive at the right time. I know we talked about it earlier. They're very hard to score on. Look at the Colts D versus Pittsburgh. It's a sneaky pick, but that could be a big one. And obviously, not this week, but if the Broncos defense is available, grab them. Not for this week, for next week. They play New England, ladies and gentlemen, and that could be your championship. And you want Denver's defense against New England in your championship. So, quarterbacks, not a whole lot. Real quick, again, Wilson, same thing. Not this week, but Russell Wilson plays New England next week. Russell Wilson's averaging 18 points a week. That's a solid lock. Flacco, I said it 2 weeks ago. I'll say it again. Yeah, they
He's
got
the
the
best
Bears.
quarterback
They're
ever.
hungry. They're going to throw. I'm just telling you, if the Bears are playing crappy, they're going to run the ball.
True.
And Flacco's not going to do squat. So, Roll the dice with Desmond Reuter versus Carolina. He's gone 300 plus yards the last couple weeks. I know you've never even heard of the guy. Look him up. Desmond Reuter. Yeah, who knew?
Not Ritter.
Reuter, Tomater. I don't know. And that's it. Yeah, Drew Lock. If he starts, holy smokes, that's a deep pick. If Geno doesn't go, Drew Lock's your guy.
Philly's pass defense is weak sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of weird ones out there. Again, good luck this week, fantasy football. Good luck in making the real money.
The real money at the.
Listen to this guy.
There you go. Hey.
So we've got our golden picks. We're each going to pick 3 golden picks. My golden picks are Dallas money line straight up to win at Buffalo. Kansas City -7.5, easy win. Not easy, but by 14, 15, 16, 17, maybe 18. Miami is going to tear apart.
Jets.
Yeah. Not just because the Jets are bad, but Kansas City and Miami both are going to tear their opponents apart because of what happened last week. It's just psychological. KC, because Mahomes went crazy, they keep seeing that in the locker room of him finally losing his cool. And Miami, because it was an obvious last week and then they took a shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I like Dallas, Miami, and Kansas City. And you?
All right. Just real quick, we're not worried about Dallas's only 3 losses being on the road this year.
I'm not taking that into my way of betting.
No.
I'm saying that in this specific situation, I think Buffalo's a great team. And I think Buffalo could go farther, possibly. But in this game, I'm taking Dallas.
Okay. I was just throwing that one out
I
there.
think the NFL gives Dallas the win.
Oh, don't give me your
I'm
NFL's
going there.
rig thing. Oh, come
Conspiracy.
on. No, come on. Ridiculous.
I actually wrote it down.
Oh gosh, I'm
Pass
on
interception. I'm telling you.
No. I'm on some of these groups and everyone's like, "Oh, it's all rigged. It's all rigged." It's like, yeah, because
I know.
Shanahan's getting a kickback for not letting McCaffrey run it in and letting Debo Samuels run it in. Like, come on.
I did see that. I took
Anyway.
Samuel in my notes, so I like Samuel.
All right, my 3. I'm gonna go to that Bengals Vikings game because I really like the Bengals. I've liked them all year. I was super worried when Burrow got hurt, but I think they're gonna be all right. 3 points doesn't scare me. I mean, that's how many points the Vikings scored last week, and it took them 59 minutes to do it.
Yeah.
So I like the Bengals. 3 points. I'm worried that might be a trap a little bit, but
I agree, and I like that pick. I think that's solid.
thank you.
Vikings defense, like I said before, if they show up, it could go the other way.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Sorry.
And then I love my Niners. I'm just gonna ride them all year. 12.5. I mean, I feel like that's a gift that it's not in between 2 and 3 touchdowns. It's been 1 and 2 touchdowns. So I'm gonna take the Niners absolutely. And then I'm torn between the Dolphins, and the Chiefs for my last one. But I think the Chiefs are the safer bet because I not only think they're okay, but the Patriots are so bad. When in doubt, just bet against the Patriots.
I 100% agree.
So those are my 3 golden picks. I'm gonna parlay them together and buy a new house with the winnings.
I can't.
You have any?
You know.
Yeah,
I
jump on
think
the lock bandwagon.
on the what?
Jump on the lock bandwagon.
Well, you know, there's so many. No, I think I pretty much covered everything I wanted to. Obviously, the Broncos win. That's most important.
Okay.
Secondly, 49ers covered, no problem.
Okay.
The scary one, like I said, to me though, watch out for that KC New England game.
Okay.
And watch
Joel
out.
really like KC.
Mm-hmm.
So who's watching this? Like and subscribe. We're not giving a gift out this week because we've given out 2 gifts the previous 2 weeks. But if you want to make money, we are Gamblers Hub. I'm Todd.
I'm Joel.
And I'm Mark.
And we are out of here.